Hi, my name is dknelso, and this is my Library 100 video log. My dialogue was about the socioeconomic class and how that affects your day-to-day life, basically. But we started off with talking about differences between dialogue, discussion, and debate, which I thought was actually pretty important because, it taught us how to actually talk about each other during the class instead of just debating my side's right, your side's wrong. It made sure to let us know that the tempo of the dialogue was actually going to be open discussion. Don't be afraid to say anything because no one's going to contradict you. It's more about a learning experience than anything else, which I thought was quite helpful actually, because there's multiple times in the during the dialogue that not necessarily got heated, but people were starting to talk about different sides, and then people kind of realized, wait, this is discussion or debate, not dialogue. So they changed their point of view, which I thought was helpful. But I think definitely at some points we got real dialogue going, and because the two people leading it were really good about making it a really not necessarily fun, but a good dynamic, so that we felt comfortable talking about what we wanted to talk about. So that helped a lot. At first it was kind of quiet naturally. I mean, no one knew each other. Everyone was pretty quiet to each other, and but as it went on, it definitely got a lot more open. People started talking more. People started making jokes, not against it, but just kind of lightening the mood a little bit. And then it kind of made me feel more comfortable. Feel more comfortable to talk during the dialogue as well. But there's definitely a few people that talked more than others, just because they felt more comfortable, which I thought was fine, because if they could talk more, then if maybe people that weren't as comfortable be able to talk more. And there's also some people that just didn't talk at all, which it's kind of frustrating because I like to hear their point of view, because I feel a lot of them would have really interesting points of view. Because even near the end, one kid that hadn't spoken at all, just one issue that we talked about just hit him at home about the hurricane, and how it lost everything from it basically. And so it really hit him at home, and all of a sudden he hadn't said a word the entire time, then all of a sudden he just broke out and did a 10-minute thing about how it affected him, and it was just really interesting to hear his point of view, and I'm glad I got to hear it. So I don't think it would have happened unless something had provoked it. I talked a decent amount, I think. I like to think we had a lot of discussion about jobs and how much you're paying for college as opposed to how much your parents are supporting you, and also how the economy and how the big hit a few years back affected everyone. And I was able to talk about how my parents had to quit her job and start her own company basically, which is pretty hard in the times, and we had to budget everything, and so I actually got to speak my point of view, which is kind of nice. Other people hear it. But I liked a lot. Also, we did a group norms sheet, which you can see it kind of. It's basically it had a circle, and with ethnicity, socioeconomic class, gender, sexual orientation, age, national origin, first language, physical, emotional, and developmental ability, religion or spiritual affiliation, and race. And then we had to fill those all out, what we were in those, male, middle class, age, where we're from, all that. And then we were asked to rank them on how important they were in our everyday lives. When walking around, what you're thinking about the most. And we did that in groups of 2, and then afterwards we shared that information with each other. And it was amazing how different it was, between each group, or between each person. You would find oh, this is my most important to them. It didn't mean anything at all. It was interesting to see that, and how, because I guess personally myself, I'm not very religious, but like it was really interesting to see some people talk about how much like their spirituality and like really affected them in their everyday life, like every day. But I thought it was really important to like. It was pretty helpful to do this. Like going into it, I was like, it's gonna be a boring 2 hours, but like I actually came out of it like learning something. So I thought it was pretty helpful. And I think it'll like help me in the future, like when we're having discussions in class, to look more of it in a dialogue point of view, because like just naturally as a human, like you wanna prove your point, say you're right, like convince other people that of your point of view. But this will give me at least like a new point of view, so that now when I'm in those discussions, I'm more just trying to share my ideas than prove a point, and like share how I see something instead of just trying to like make everything about how I should be right, not them. So I think that I'm going to come out of this with a new outlook on like discussion. But that's my vlog. Have a good day.